We're live.
Oh, we're
Hi,
live.
guys.
Hey guys. But, sorry. Excuse me, that's like the worst way to start a video. Guys, I miss you guys, first of all. Like we spent 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks together. I'm talking to you guys.
Sorry.
I thought you were about the subscribers and the people in the live chat.
Oh no, I miss everyone that watches this in the live. But I miss you guys and my Eurovision fam.
Yes, hug.
You too.
Loads of people in the live chat already. So we've got hey Emiva Slayman, hey to you, CR7, hey James Lewis, Olympic Song Contest, got Greek Dynasty, hello from Spain. I'm going to try and get this right. Jorge Garcia.
Ole, very well done.
Jorge Garcia, Alexander Pagels, hello, Francesco from Italy. We've got I've forgotten it again. Geraint.
Yes, Geraint.
Geraint from Wales. Hey, Bowler LV, how you doing? Guys, we have to apologise, first of all, because we're a bit rubbish at these lives and we're so bad with technical stuff. We thought we'd break YouTube on Sunday when we tried to do a live video. But I'm pleased to say it wasn't us. It wasn't Eurovoxx's fault. We were meant to go live at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock Central European time on Sunday. We were sat here ready to go, and then YouTube crashed and people couldn't log in and we got thrown out. So apologies guys if you were waiting to see us on Sunday, but you probably heard there was a YouTube outage all night on Sunday. So it wasn't our fault. We didn't pull the wire. Also more people. We've got Al Medina, Reshepi, I think I've said that right, and yes, hashtag Yonandi. Love it. Still a thing. Master 3D from Malta. Much love to you. We've got Deep. Hello to Deep. Guys, thank you so much. We were worried that no one was going to join us tonight because kind of Eurovision is over for 2019 and everyone's kind of suffering from their depression. CR7, I will say this in Spanish quickly. Me gusta mi familia.
He likes his family, our family.
Well, you guys are our family. Yes, Bowler LV Hungary didn't qualify, but we're not here to talk about Hungary tonight. We're actually here to talk about something a bit more specific. So we're going to talk about our favourite female vocal performances from Eurovision 2019. It feels like such a long time ago already, guys, doesn't it?
Yes. It feels like even another life, but it was like less than a month ago.
It's crazy, yes.
Was it like 2 weeks? Is it 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks?
Yeah. 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think.
And we'd all been out there this time last month as well because we travelled on the 3rd of May, I believe. So we were all out there this time last month.
Oh my God, 1 month ago we were there.
Jay Santos says we all look thinner. Hello, Jay Santos, by the way. Do you know, I have to say one thing. Chris, you actually look thinner tonight, strangely. I don't know if it's like the camera you're using.
No, I probably am. I've lost so much weight, lots going on, and I haven't eaten as much. So, but yeah, back to reality. So,
hey to Emond, hey to Morton as well. Lovely to see you again. Alexander Pagel. All right, you can ask this one question, Alexander. What do we miss most about our stay in Tel Aviv?
Everything.
Good answer.
The family.
Yes, being together. That was great. That was.
Yeah, I miss these guys here and all the friends that we made in Tel Aviv as well, and the old friends that we saw again that we only really see at Eurovision events. So it's the people. You know, Eurovisions will come obviously they will come every year, and we'll meet different singers. We'll be loving different songs, but for me, and I guess it's the same for you guys, it's always the people that we spend Eurovision with that make it.
Yes, indeed.
And let's give a shout out to Roy in Israel. We've got Darren and Fred as well. We met Danny. We've got Anne. Who else, guys? Think some names.
We have
Benny.
We have the SC Bubble friends. We have a lot of people, I guess. A lot of friends.
I'm useless at remembering names. That's my problem. So
they don't remember our names either. We just see our faces, and we're super happy to see each other again.
Yeah, and for us, it's like being in normality, being around loads of people that love Eurovision, because in our day-to-day lives, people don't always understand it. But when we're all together, it's like the normal thing, and people that don't like Eurovision are weirdos, really. But guys, we have to talk. We have to say hello to Alexandra Brito and Bela Herta, hello to you, and Greek Dynasty as well, who says that Eurovision 2019 was the best ever, but we're going to talk best female vocal performances. Now, a bit of a shortage of female soloists this year. It seems to be all about the men in Tel Aviv. So many male soloists this year, but there was a good list of female vocalists. We're only going to talk soloists, so we're not going to be talking about Tulia tonight, because we'll talk about them when we're talking about the groups and the duos. But we've all come up with our top three, and I don't know what these guys have picked, and they don't know what I've picked. So who's going to go first? Tell us your number three of your best female vocal performance. And guys in the live chat, tell us what you think. Tell us who your favorite was as well. But who ibble obble black bubble ibble obble out. Oh, I can't do the rude version. Sorry, I just remembered how that rhyme goes. Jess. Jess, I'm gonna go with you.
Okay, off camera you need to teach me the rude version, because I've never heard of that.
I don't know if it will well, go on. When you're next in London, I'll teach you. But Jess, you're first.
My number three would have to go to Australia.
Oh, Kate Miller Heidke. I never learned how to say that properly.
Neither did I. But I think for obvious reasons, her voice is phenomenal. There's power, she can do kind of the high operatic notes, she can do the low notes, all while swinging and from side to side as well. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, yeah.
So, I mean, there was so much hype around that song as soon as everyone seen her do her first rehearsal. Because I think a lot of people discounted it originally, and some people even didn't think it was going to qualify. They saw how they staged the song. Chris, I remember your reaction when you first saw the staging, and you were just like, wow, this is, potential winner.
Yeah, I think if you ever said that when we first saw it, as you said before the contest, she did. It kind of got forgotten, and people said he wouldn't qualify. But then the staging elevated the song so much, and her vocals were terrific. And when we saw the rehearsals in the press and the reaction by the press, you could tell that it was a sure qualifier, and the fans genuinely embraced and loved the song. And the same for the artist as well, Kate. They really did like her and enjoy her performance.
Yeah, and she came ninth overall, Clara, but they should still be proud.
Yeah, for me, she didn't make it into my top three, but though I thought she was going to win, but partly it was because of the performance and all of the staging. But I really have to give her props for being able to have these amazing, amazing vocals while swinging and everything that was going on around her, and not lose that concentration and staying into the tune. She is a really, truly amazing vocalist.
I would love to see her back at Eurovision doing something completely different. And I think with her, it will always be different. It will be a different type of song. Imagine her with a rock song, doing that operatic voice with a rock song. That'd be amazing. Let's just go to the chat room really quickly. So Bola LV is saying that Xena was your favourite. Let's have a look. Francesco, you're saying Nevena from Serbia. Olympic Song Contest. Side note, Clara, he's going to Barcelona and Lloret in 5 days.
Oh, cool. Those two places are amazing. Lloret de Mar is so beautiful. You're going to have so much fun.
CR7, yes, we are ready for Junior Eurovision. Francesco is saying Nevena from Serbia and Jonida were the best. Olympic Song Contest is saying Australia. Deep is saying Serbia. Alexander, you're saying it has to be Kate for you. Oh, hey, Kobe as well. Kobe, someone else that we met in Tel Aviv and was really helpful to us, really helped us out. Even took us home one night in his car. So, hey, Kobe, we miss you too. You're saying that sounded wrong. It gave us a lift to our home in his car. And then he went back to his home. Kobe is saying Tamara. Greek Dynasty, you're saying Jonida, Katerina Duska and Tamara. Euroboy, great to see you as well. James Lewis is going with Nevena, Bola LV, Xena, Esther Peony and Tamta. So, Clara, I'm going to come to you next. Your third.
My third is Tamara Todevska.
Oh, yes. You're making me proud.
Yes, she is so amazing. She has this she's like a magnet. You can't take your eyes away from her. And part of her why she's in my top 3 is because she was able to connect with the audience and like draw the attention, not only on her voice, but like the whole message behind the song.
I mean, it was so. I'd loved the song ever since I first watched it. I think this is another one where people weren't really giving it a shot.
Yeah.
And it was so great to see how well she did in Tel Aviv. And what a fun person to be around as well.
Yes.
Amazing.
And the staging was very clever. It was so simple, and it was, I think, one thing that made the whole thing stand out is because it was centered on her and her voice. There was just like the mirrors, but they all mirrored her, so it was just mirroring her voice and her persona.
Yeah, I think it was another song. As just like Australia, nobody really considered until they'd seen it in the press, the rehearsals, and then it just literally blew everyone away because everybody was worried, as Clara just said, about the stage, and everybody was worried that North Macedonia would mess the stage up, but they didn't. They just got everything right, and the rehearsal showed that. And as I said, she rightly so won the jury vote. Yeah, she rightly won the jury vote. She did. So it's.
Oh, she did it in the end, didn't she? Actually,
the readjustments of the vote, she did ultimately then win the jury vote, so well deservedly.
And Jess, you were a fan as well.
I was, yeah, and I became an even bigger fan once I saw her rehearsals because it just kind of, well, for me personally,
we're going to make this into a song. It's going to be #1 smash. It's going to be on a Eurovision stage.
Yeah, San Marino 2020, watch out.
If you want to see Jess for San Marino, subscribe.
I saw that your Insta story, you shared the remix we made. For me personally.
I did, yeah.
For me personally.
And all of these guys are going to be my backing vocalists, so.
Hey.
For me personally.
But anyway, for you personally, Jess.
Sorry.
Yeah, for me personally, the live performance kind of added something more to the song that wasn't there in the studio version, if that makes sense. And I think, like what Clara said, how kind of Tamara on stage was kind of mirrored, and I think that in itself added emotion, added just that kind of je ne sais quoi that just drew everyone in, including me. Yeah.
It was
kind of lost my train of thought, but yeah.
So, Chris, I was going to call you Christoph then. Chris, have you had your hair cut first of all?
I had it done last week, so it's a bit shorter again. So
it's lovely. I just noticed. Anyway, you're #3.
I'm probably going to surprise many by saying it, but Moldova.
Oh, okay, that's a surprise to me.
I can, I always did like the song, but this year perform live in the semi-final, despite everybody's seen the snow sand artist before. I just thought the vocals were absolutely amazing. I didn't think she needed the snow artist, but I just thought the vocals were really good, and she was able to hit those notes. And I genuinely loved the live performance, and that's why it's made it into my top 3. Difficult decision because there's so many great female vocalists this year, but there was just something about the performance. She filled the arena when she performed her song, and it's one of those songs that should have qualified in my opinion, but it didn't. But there's no taking away that she has got an amazing voice.
She does have an amazing voice, and I think actually the snow played against her because the song, just by her, maybe her chances of qualifying would have increased. Like the song itself wasn't great, but her vocals were amazing.
To me, she made it look easy with some of those notes. She just
indeed.
All it was so easy, and that's why she's made my list.
She was a class act, I think, when you're talking about Anna. She has got an amazing voice. I'd like to see her come back with a better song. I'm not sure if we'll see her back again, but maybe something a bit more modern, a bit less kind of like middle of the road, maybe something like a little bit more daring in terms of a ballad, because I think she's a ballad singer, and that's what she, like a power ballad. You want to hear that powerful voice, but maybe something that that will grab the audience a little bit more. But interesting choice, Chris. I wasn't expecting that. Just quickly go to the guy. Oh, hey, Brothers Videos from Malta. We've got Catalina from Team Eurovoxx. Hello, my darling. We miss you too. Brothers Videos. Oh, sorry. Alexander Pagels is saying, don't forget about the backing singers from Albania. So we're not including them in our video today, but much love to the backing singers in Tel Aviv, because there were some great ones. We're talking about the Mummers for Sweden, the backing singers for North Macedonia, Tamara as well. Would love to see. I'm sure we're going to be seeing at least one of those guys actually representing North Macedonia at Eurovision in the not too distant future. Hello to Monica Pick from Poland. It's lovely to see you too. Euroboy4 is saying Nevena, Yonida and Sir Book. Let's... Oh, no, I need to do mine, don't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, do you know what? I'm so bad at this because I've come up with like a top 4 and I can't decide on my third. So I'm going to talk about them both. So my third would be either Nevena from Serbia or Katarina from Greece, I think. And the reason being that Katarina, I think, because there was some uncertainty leading up to the contest about her live vocal ability based on one performance in Amsterdam where she wasn't well, and she got a lot of criticism. And I think she'd seen that criticism, and I think to come out and do the performance that she did just shows what a great artist she is. But it's her unique voice that I love, and the fact that she hit that high note. Nevena, just a stunning, beautiful singer, and performs with such emotion as well. So I'm going to break the rules, and I'm going to say I can't decide between Nevena and Katerina from Greece. But someone mentioned Sir Book. So can I ask quickly, has anyone got Sir Book in their top 3 before we talk about
No.
No, okay. So I think Sir Book is a great vocalist, and I was really impressed with what she did when she came out on stage. Opened that semi-final as well by herself, because we were all expecting dancers.
Yeah.
But did a great vocal performance. So she's not made it into my top 3 either, but I think she should be commended for what she did in her semi-final and throughout her rehearsals.
Yes, and through her pre-parties, because I've never heard her miss a note, and she has this very difficult high note that she hit every time in all of the rehearsals, in all of the pre-parties. And I would actually like to see her back with a song that maybe is like still showcases her really awesome talent, and but it's more like people can connect more to the song, and it's more like the vocal melody is more catchy, and I don't know, I would like her to see her back.
I would love to see her back as well. I mean, Walking Out had impact, but obviously not enough impact for this year. But I'd love to see her come back with something like even edgier. Like I always think one of Azerbaijan's best entries ever was Dihaj with Skeletons. I'd love to see her come back with something similar to that, maybe. Not the same song, but like edgy. It was edgy. It was current. But anyway, let's move on to James Lewis. It is a shame we didn't see Sir Book in the final. Bit of a shock as well, maybe. But let's. Oh, and hello to Armen Babajanyan. I always struggle saying the name, so I'm really sorry if I don't get it right. CR7, you're going, and he says, good luck to Clara because you're painting in the tunnel.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to Latvia tomorrow to paint in a tunnel, in a old Soviet prison, in a tunnel of an old Soviet prison. But I just have like 3 days to finish the painting, so I won't be there in winter.
You say Clara's actually in Estonia now. You're an Estonian resident.
I'm in Tallinn today, and tomorrow I'm going to Latvia. Yes.
So you're going to be in Estonia for most of this year, I think.
Yeah, till December.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, any Estonian Euro fans, make sure you seek out Clara, because I'm sure she would love to be surrounded by some Estonian Euro crazies.
Yes.
We should be calling Clara International, I think. She's gonna...
Oh, I love it. Jess from Eurovoxx and Clara International.
Hello.
But guys, let's go backwards now. Chris, you're number 2.
My number 2 is going to be.
It's going to be someone like really like we're not expecting again.
Austria, mine is.
Oh, okay.
I was really not expecting that.
And neither was I.
You know,
But
it's
it
like,
was obvious. I should have.
I was gonna. She had to make my list, and it was you know, difficult to kind of, as I said earlier on, my top 3 to kind of choose the artist because there were so many great female vocalists. But I said I just fell in love with Panda's song as soon as I heard it, and yeah, to me when she sang it during the live performance, you could feel the emotion of the song, and it just, yeah, she just, I don't know, she's got those, how could she maintain that kind of the voice, because it was kind of I think a very difficult kind of thing to do, but she made it look so easy. And yeah, I genuinely, and it's another song I hear quite regularly. It's on my my phone, and when I'm in the gym and stuff, and I hear it and stuff, and I just think she was robbed as well. I thought she should have qualified, and they didn't deserve coming second to last. But yeah, I just think I just absolutely love it, and I still do enjoy the song.
Well said.
I think Panda, I'm not surprised she didn't qualify. For me, there was always something missing that I couldn't quite put my finger on about the song. But what I love was it's a really personal song to her. And did she actually cry in her performance, or was it a rehearsal? I remember she cried.
Rehearsals, she cried. I remember seeing her cry in the rehearsals, so she was getting all emotional there.
Yeah, but she could have pulled that off in the semi-final. Maybe she would have qualified.
She could have. Unfortunately, when the results came, and I bet she was crying then, unfortunately. But
someone should have been holding an onion, like dangling one.
Oh, that would have made me cry for sure.
Yeah.
But if you remember the rehearsals, the first 2 takes, they did a black and white take, and which moved into the colour. I think they should have stuck with that. I do, because I thought that was quite a really nice touch and effect. But they didn't. They carried the coloured, version all the way through. But it's But they should have got stuck with the black and white. I think that might have elevated a little bit more, because I enjoyed it during the rehearsals. But yeah, it's when unfortunately didn't qualify. But yeah, it's made my list anyway. So
okay, so Clara, you're number 2.
My number 2 is Nevena,
hey.
Because apart from the obvious, her obvious really good vocals, the fact that her song was in Serbian and I couldn't take my eyes off her, and I was enjoying so much, and it didn't matter if it was not in English. I was understanding the feeling behind it, and I think being able to convey such an emotion is a big part of being a good performer.
And she probably did that better than anyone this year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a song, I might be wrong in this, but was it a song written about her new husband?
Yeah, about her love, yeah.
She just got married, like literally a few weeks before going to Eurovision. So, I mean, this will be a year that she will never forget, because she gets married, she goes to Eurovision, she qualifies for the final with a song about her, in her own right as well. A song that she wrote as well, I think, Jess.
Yeah, she wrote the song herself, which is even more amazing.
Oh, well, she should be proud. Every time I say proud now, I always think of Tamara, and it always sounds like it's like a pun, but it's not. She should be proud. She's done an amazing job. Jess, you're number 2.
So my number 2 is the proud woman. It's Tamara.
Hey.
I know we've already talked about Tamara, but pretty much everything that I said before, there was emotion in her voice, there was power in her voice, there was that je ne sais quoi, that's something that kind of draws you in, that just kind of makes you feel like you can't stop watching, you can't stop listening, and like you want to hear more from this woman. That's what her voice is to me.
Oh no, Jess, no one ever says it better than you. And I know we've got one of your fans in the chat room, Miss Mickey G. We missed you too, Mickey G.
Hey, Mickey G.
Preach, Jess. And we're talking about Tamara. How fitting that you would join us from North Macedonia, just as we're talking about Tamara. So I have to go for my number 2. Is also Tamara, actually. One, I always loved the song. I always loved her. I always thought it would do well. I never thought it would win the jury vote, but I'm happy that it did win the
yeah.
jury vote. Emotional, cover me in goosebumps every time I watch that performance. And it's one of the few songs, I'll be honest, since I come back from Tel Aviv, I literally have not wanted to listen to any Eurovision. I just want to take a little break. But that is one of the songs, or maybe the only song that I've still been listening to, just because it's beautiful for me. And she's bang on with her vocal performance. You can't argue with it. She did a great job. She did, oh God, say again, she's North Macedonia proud.
You said it. Yeah, you said it exactly as it should be. Yeah. I do think it genuinely deserved more. I was shocked by how little votes it got in the pub, because I thought it would have had a lot more public votes. I really was surprised by how little. But again, I just think I don't know. I can't explain it, to be honest. It's more than they usually have, but still, it deserved a lot more public votes.
Yeah. Well, interesting, because Jay Santos is saying this was a man's year in Eurovision. The women had relatively low scores in the televotes, including Australia. So I think, if I remember correctly, North Macedonia got 58 points.
They did.
That's literally the only televote score that I can remember. So you know which song I was really rooting for. But 58 points is all right. But I'm surprised, because I thought viewers were really, really going to be touched, and maybe they were, because I think it's harder for countries like North Macedonia to do really well at Eurovision. So if someone think of another word for proud, please tell me. But they should be proud of what I need to stop saying proud.
Just say
proud of what they did. They should be elated.
Yeah.
What?
Elated.
Oh, I'm learning English with you guys. We're all learning English in the chat also.
And James Lewis is saying that he wasn't the biggest fan of the song before the competition, but Tamara did a great job and the performance changed his mind. Mickey G says she still finished 12th in the televote. So actually, not a bad. It was hard to tell with the televotes, because they weren't coming in any particular order. So you couldn't really tell who was top or who was who was top or who was bottom.
Oops, we did it again. Anyway,
Duncan Lawrence was definitely top anyway, so he definitely, so he won.
And Michael Rice was bottom.
He was, yes, so yes.
Oh, this is so bad. Right, and Philosaurus is saying he or she loves Tamara. Oh God, I have to read this out. I love you, Tamara. You're only a day away.
Okay. Tomorrow.
Oh God, I love you guys. Keep us laughing. Some of the things you guys come out with in the live chat, we love. So, Jess, you're number one.
Nevena from Serbia.
Oh, I knew it had to be.
Surprise. But I mean, if you've ever heard her sing, not just her Eurovision song, but just sing anything in general, it's very difficult to not have her as a number one, in my opinion, because her voice is just stunning. It's like when she sings and when she performs, she literally pours everything into the performance, like her life, her soul, her emotion, her everything goes into it, whether it's her Eurovision song or whether it's kind of a more upbeat song. You know that she's really feeling the song. Yeah.
Nice.
She's just a class act, isn't she? I mean, everything she does is just pure class. The way she dresses. I mean, the outfit that she wore on the orange carpet, I think, was the most beautiful outfit that we saw in Tel Aviv. And I don't know a lot about women's fashion. All I know is that she looked amazing.
She looks stunning.
Oh, it was out of this world, that outfit. But the way she sings, the way she performs, the way she talks, the way she answers questions, it's just class. She's a classy lady. So, and it's no surprise to me that she was your number one.
Did Clara do a number two, by the way?
Yes, I did. It was Nevena.
How much attention I'm paying. It goes to show how much attention I'm paying. She did a number two.
Why are you asking if Clara did a number two?
Oh, you know them. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for caring for me. I love you.
Euro Boy says, well done, Jess, I think, for choosing Nevena. Mickey G says that she was reserved but classy. That's Nevena. Alexandra Brito, you're saying Madonna did a great performance with very strong and important messages. I might differ in terms of the great performance. I'm sure she could have done better.
I mean, I
Playback
think in
was
terms
great.
of, I think in terms of the visuals we saw on stage, they were very good. But I think the vocals didn't match everything else.
I thought it was crap.
What was the eye patch? Someone tell me. I never knew what the eye patch was for.
Shame it wasn't over her mouth, I think, personally. But I didn't. I just didn't. I've been honest, she was crap. Didn't think. Oh, I just didn't get it personally. But
oh, Mickey G, Andy's number one. Let's take a wild guess. Don't ruin the surprise. It won't be much of a surprise to anyone here, I don't think. Hey, Gareth Bowen as well from Wales. Thank you for joining us. I was going to say Shimon. No, that's wrong, isn't it?
Shemai.
James Lewis says, did Madonna have conjunctivitis? We will never know. Chris, you're number one. Oh, I know. Let me think. I just want to think what you're going to say, because you're going to go totally left field. You're going to choose something we're not expecting. So I reckon you are going to go with
Zena.
No.
I'm joking. I'm super joking.
Australia.
Sorry?
I think you're going to go with Kate from Australia.
I would guess the same.
Oh, look, you can see there, Australia number one on my list. Australia. So easy to read and predictable. Yes, it's just. I think I said it all when Jess put Australia in her number 3, I believe. Yeah, she was just the vocals were flawless. You know, she was able to do all that whilst on a big stick and keep a balance or whatever. I don't know how the hell she did it, but yeah, she was the one that because I was in the semi-finals when she performed. And I remember as soon as they started to wheel her out, because she was already positioned on that, whatever it was, that big stick or whatever. It's literally the audience went absolutely wild for her, and I just think to be able to kind of hit all those notes and be able to stay kind of where she was and not fall off that thing or whatever she was on and keep it all well covered was amazing. And I just think Australia did bring it this year, and yeah, they was rightly so qualified and did reasonably well.
I mean, anyone that can sing and swing about on that stick and hit some of those notes that she was hitting, it deserves a hell of a lot of credit, in my opinion. She didn't make my top 3 because I wasn't the biggest fan of the song, but I've watched the performance back and the vocals were good. And you know, you talk about people dancing and having shaky vocals. She was literally going like this all over the stage, and she sounded great.
Yeah.
And you know, we all wanted to get on that big pole and swing around.
Yes, Eurovoxx, we're on it tonight.
Oh dear! And for those of you that obviously didn't see the rehearsals at home, they did literally get wheeled onto the stage on those big poles. Like, how the hell did they get off them?
A ladder, maybe?
Maybe
they borrowed me
Just come up with like literally the most logical.
Yeah, a lot of
the most logical and obvious answer. Yes, it was probably a ladder. I love you. Gareth Bowen had Australia down as a winner.
Yeah, I think she was a woman too.
Gareth Bowen. And you also said, will the Swedish Mummers be in Melfest 2020? Oh God, that'd be amazing.
We need to start a petition to make that happen.
Yeah, and Alexander Pagel says Zero Gravity is the best Australian entry, most original and daring one that they've sent. And yeah, all the people that were critical because they didn't select 2000 Fields or whatever they were called, eating their words, I think.
Yeah.
And even when I reacted to the song, I got a lot of criticism because people were saying it was rubbish. Well, it got you 9th position, so you were wrong.
And they got Australia the most televotes in some years as well, because they've been bottom in the televotes for the last couple of years, and they've actually got some good points. So
yeah,
well done Australia.
Clara, you're number 1.
Oh, I think it's the same as yours. So let's count to 3 and say it.
All right, 1,
2, 3.
Yonida! Yes.
Surprise, surprise.
Yes. You want to start, Andy?
I'm just literally just gonna love over Yonida, but in all fairness, I didn't see her do one flawless vocal in the whole time that we've been watching her perform still can't say it, Cayo Toques, from FIK, in Amsterdam, in London, in Madrid, in where was next? Oh, Tel Aviv, Eurovision, all the rehearsals, literally every single performance was faultless. And you thought she would have nothing more to give. She goes and does a great performance in the semi-final. She really gives it everything. And you think that's it. And then she comes out in the final and gives even more. And it was, you know, she's such an insane vocalist. I want to see her releasing a lot more music. I would love to see her back at Eurovision again, and I reckon she would do it again in a few. I think she would have a little rest, but I think she would. I think she would do it again. And it was such an important song for Albania and Albanians, and the message, it was in Albanian. She was stunning. You know, after some concerns with the staging was good. She did Albania proud. She did herself proud. She did all her supporters proud. So. Yeah, that's why I think she's an amazing vocalist. I think she did the best vocal performance for me.
Yeah, for me, what I really loved and think it was for me why she was the best performer is because she managed to embody the mother, like everyone's mother, like a mother crying for her children, and we were all her children, and she was crying for all of us. And I don't know, I just felt very connected with her performance. And I found that even again, like with Nevena, I put 2 non-English songs on my top 2 because it shows that language is not a barrier if you manage to convey the message through your body, through your face, through your voice. So I think I got more emotional with Yonida's performance than with Nevena, and that's why I put Yonida on my first position.
Well, good choice if you ask me. But we'll quickly just talk about some that didn't make any of our top 3. So I'm just having a look at the list now. So someone try and remember these. But well, we've already spoken about Serbuti from Armenia, but Zena from Belarus. We've got Tamta from Cyprus, Sarah from Ireland, Esther from Romania, and Michaela from Malta. I've literally forgot her name for a second. Michaela from Malta. So those 5 haven't made any of our top 3. So let's talk about Esther from Romania first of all, because there was controversy before Eurovision. A lot of people didn't agree with her selection, thought that one of the other songs should have won. But you know, she did a good job, and she's a good vocalist, I think. And I did like the staging of her song.
I just think that she's a good vocalist, but the song didn't showcase her full potential, and I thought it made her vocals sound weak in comparison with the very powerful ballads we had, like she had around her.
Yeah,
I think.
Go on, Jess, sorry.
I think, kind of echoing what Clara said, I think Esther and her voice are better than the song she had, and I feel like she could come back to Eurovision with a much stronger song that can show off her full potential of her voice and do so much better.
Yeah, for me, it was more about the staging was more impressive than the song and the voice, because it looked absolutely fantastic on the stage. And, you know, it mirrored the actual music video, and it came across really well. But it's just, yeah, the vocals and the song itself just got forgotten for me. So,
Philosaurus says Madge has this. No, she doesn't. Oh no, sorry, Madge has though. Sorry, I've got that totally wrong. Ignore that. Let's talk about someone that we all loved, I think, in Tel Aviv, and we loved the song and we loved the staging. This is about vocal performance, so it's not about which song we like best. But Michaela from Malta.
Vocally,
what a talent!
yes.
What a talent!
For such a young person, and she was so confident. Okay, let's talk about her vocal performance. She has a voice that.
Wow.
We just heard her first step in the music world. So I really can't wait to see what she comes up with or how her career develops, because she has such a voice.
And we didn't see that so much on this song because of the type of song it was. If she'd come out with a ballad, I mean, you know, the vocals were great at Eurovision. But can you imagine if she'd come out with a ballad, which is what a lot of people were expecting her to sing initially? that would have been insane. I can't wait to see her sing a new original ballad.
But
Yeah,
then I was going to
sorry,
say
go
then
ahead.
again, the type of song that she sang was probably the reason why she qualified, because it was quite edgy, it was colourful, and again, it was something that you wouldn't expect to come from her itself. So I think that's why Malta did qualify this year, because it was just a very edgy modern song, and I think if it was a ballad, unless it was extremely powerful, it may have got forgotten and they would have languished in the semi-finals again. I think Malta did a really good. They chose a terrific artist, but they did really well in choosing a very type of different modern song this year as well. Something that Malta don't usually do. You don't expect Malta in this type of song, and that's what's the key with them, that they place in the final, in my opinion.
Start of a new dawn for Malta, maybe.
Definitely.
Should have finished top 10.
Yeah. Public will let them down. I was surprised. I thought the public would have showed. I think she had 20 points in total. I think the public voted a lot more.
Again, I'll blame it on the camera work of the final, and that's going to be my
great radio song.
Yes.
I think it's a song you'd hear on the radio, and you would have no idea it was Eurovision. I mean, Jess never liked Malta that much, so we're not going to let her. But Jess, you were like Malta's biggest fan. In Tel Aviv.
was. Yeah, and
Thanks
I mean, and I mean, you know, props to Michaela for kind of delivering such a strong vocal whilst doing all this choreography and all this movement, but maintaining such a strong vocal. That, in my opinion, is the sign of like a true star, a true talent, and I can't wait to see how she develops, because she's still so young. So like, it'll be interesting to see where she goes from here.
And then we've got Tamta from Cyprus. I mean, Tamta was one of the edgiest people. I mean, we had like Conan from Portugal, but Tamta was out there as well. And I never knew that until we met her, and I was like, oh wow, you are zany.
Bit of an icon in the weird sort of way I'd say as well. Just the way she carried herself and the way she dressed and the entourage is with her. I believe she's going to be somebody that you know everybody knew her before Eurovision for her attempts at trying to be at Eurovision, but I think there's so much more to Tamta than people realise, and I expect she'll have quite a big career as well following this. There's just something about her.
I mean, Replay isn't the type of song where you're able to demonstrate the best vocal
I agree.
performance, because it's a choreography song, it's a dancing song. You're never going to display your best vocal, and we know that she can. You know, she has got great vocals as well. So that's probably why it didn't make it into any of our top threes. But when you're talking choreography.
Yeah. For me, she wasn't as for me, like her vocals weren't as edgy, because it was very much like what we saw last year. So, and for me, she was playing a character with all of her press appearances. So I wasn't able to see past that character, and sometimes I'd like to do that.
It was a character. It's like kind of always she reminded me of Lady Gaga. It's like a similar. And over time, we've got to see the real Lady Gaga, whatever her real name is, Stephanie or something.
Stephanie Germanotta.
Ah, there you go. Mickey G is saying you can't sound good on Replay, Houston. We've got a problem. Michael Gareth Burns says Michael is the Kiara of the 2000s. I don't know what that means. Michael who? Oh, Michael Rice.
Michael Rice, yeah.
So let's talk about Zina from Belarus.
I
thought she had.
Didn't she?
What?
I just want to remember she qualified. And she did.
Yeah, she did qualify. Go ahead, Jess, please.
I thought Zina had good vocals and maintained the vocal with all the dancing she was doing. And I think for someone so young, I think she was only 16, I was quite impressed, especially by the high notes that she managed to nail, if I remember correctly, in both the semi and the final. So props to her for that.
She'll be back, I think, at Eurovision. I don't think that's the last we've seen of Zina at Eurovision.
I'm not so sure.
I hope she's back with better advice, with a better song, because I don't like the lyrics, because break down the lyrics and take a look at what she's saying or all of her motives. What are all of her motives? Just to make him like her. And I think that's not the best message. And also, like, yeah, her outfit, she didn't get very good advice. But overall, I think she has so much potential. She just needs to find the right advice.
And Chris, Sarah from Ireland, who's the last one we haven't mentioned. Yeah.
Yes, it's unfortunately for Sarah, she didn't kind of go in there with the kind of being the favourite. She was always kind of the one that people predicted to come last, and she kind of did, sadly, which is a great shame because she's an absolutely lovely, down to earth kind of girl and performer, and unfortunately the song wasn't for everyone. I prefer listening to it now than I did at the time. I've heard it a few times and it's quite cool, but I just think the staging possibly let the song down quite a lot. I just didn't get the kind of, it was quite immature where the staging was for the song, and considering the 22 had a message, it just didn't come across that great. But yeah, she can sing and it was a good song, but just, yeah, unfortunately it was just lost. It wasn't the best of all the female vocalists this year.
Yeah, well, I really liked the song. I thought the staging was fun. Her voice is unique. She's got one of those. It's like one of those modern vintage voices, if that makes sense. It's like the vintage voice that's become this like modern, that's like now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't the most outstanding vocal performance, which is why she didn't make my top three. But if you're talking about which girl loved the crack the most in Tel Aviv, she was amazing. She was so much fun, and she was just loving the experience. So kudos to Sarah, because we heard you created the WhatsApp group with all the contestants, and you became famous in your own right as being like the social butterfly type person in Tel Aviv. So that's it. Gareth Bowen, you loved Ireland's 22, and you voted for it. And you also asked, Vina VL, you're saying best female voice was Kate from Australia. Yes. A couple of people out of us have voted for Kate in our top three. But that's what we think, guys. But it was a man's year this year. So many male vocalists. When we're talking about the men, we've got lots and lots of choice, and I have no idea who you guys are going to put in your top threes, but we will find out very soon in another video. But guys, if you're not watching this live, do let us know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the Eurovoxx channel. And we have to say thank you as well, because CR7 pointed out that we hit 7,000 subscribers while we were in Tel Aviv, and we haven't thanked you guys yet. Like, we never thought that we would do that in Tel Aviv, but it was a little bit of a goal. So we're so happy. We literally hit it on the last day. Yes. I think it was amazing. So we're aiming for 8, guys. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Get us to hit 8,000. And Jess is going to start writing that It's Me Personally song, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
That's right. But big thank you to you guys for all the support you've given us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, because we were kind of thinking, there's going to be no one watching us. Like, Eurovision season is over.
Yeah, we actually made a little bet of how many of you were going to join, and I lost already.
I have no idea how many people have been in the live chat, because my YouTube counter thing isn't working properly. So it says 0 people are watching us right now, but I know that's not true, because you guys are all chatting. And thank you, James Lewis and Euroboy and Gareth Bowen, for the congratulations. But share our videos. Tell all your friends to subscribe to Eurovoxx. If they like Eurovision, please get them to subscribe to us. Follow us on Insta, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us everywhere.
But don't follow us home.
Yeah. Well, depends who you are. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Keep commenting. We will be back with more of these videos about Eurovision 2019, so make sure you come back and watch. And I think that's it from us, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go get my hair cut now after Chris is looking really sharp.
It needs to be cut. It'll be cut again next week anyway. So,
how often? I know this isn't for the video. How often do you get your hair cut?
Once every 2 weeks.
Oh,
wow.
I have to do mine like every 5 days.
I think I cut mine like once every year.
This is probably going to sound really sad, but I normally get my hair cut before Eurovision and then again before Junior Eurovision.
Oh,
Just so I look nice and fresh when I'm out there, you know.
I can't believe we're talking about how often we get our hair cut on a Eurovision video. Tom D says once every 2 weeks. Good man, Tom. I'm a 5-6 day man because you know I have to. It looks funny if it grows. I wish I had more hair, basically. But anyway, guys, we love you. Let us go. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all soon. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.